Hello, my loves, and welcome to this reading I wanted to say, but no, it's not a reading. It's one of my coffee talks. I haven't had one in quite a while. Here's my coffee. Um, it's been a while since I've come online here. I've been busy doing a lot of stuff on my other channel, for one. And I'm also finding myself still in a bit of a unclear space when it comes to this channel, what this is going to be, where this is heading. I said it when I split up the content of this channel into the readings that are on my other channel now. Link is in the description. And when I said, okay, this one will be a little bit more exploring. And yeah, that's what I'm doing. I keep exploring. But without this, I'm recognizing now that before that, when I wasn't sure what I should post or do, I was just falling back onto readings for this channel as well. And now that I can't do that anymore, there's this pause. There's this elongated silence because I can tell that it's just not, like there's just nothing coming through, or maybe there would, but I feel too self-conscious, maybe uncertain, whatever. But no, to be honest, I feel like this is how it's supposed to be. That I could maybe even say that on the other channel, where I do my readings now, that is a bit more focused and like a clear container with an action plan, like I just know, okay, I do readings and channeled messages over there. While here, it's a bit more of this free-flowing, you could maybe say even feminine energy that is just going with the flow. And yeah, I really need to start trusting that that is okay. And I mean, I like it. For me, it's fun. And if you don't like it, you don't have to watch it. If you do, happy for you to be here. And so yeah, I just looked through my screenshots on my phone today, and I found a screenshot of a comment I made that was commenting on one of my coffee talks that I had recorded at some point. I don't even know which one it was, but it was a pretty long comment, and it was so nice. And it was telling me like, yeah, I love your coffee talks, and I love your, like, when you're just talking about how you see the world. And that was really sweet. And I completely forgot about it. I'm glad I did that screenshot because I probably knew that I will need to fall back on that one day. And so I remembered, and I was like, well, maybe you should just go back to that. And I think I said it before, that was actually almost the image I had when I started this channel. Just me sitting here with coffee and talking to you about life, basically, about what it means to live life. And I mean, I am a very spiritual person. You could call it spiritual. Many people would. For me, it's more like there's not really a distinction between spiritual and leading, they're just living, simply living. But yeah, because most people would make a distinction. So talking about spiritual topics, talking about spirituality, and especially what does it mean to live a life being in tune with something greater than us, coming back to surrendering. And Sometimes that means that we are moving in circles and in spirals. And to me, it feels like that I keep repeating myself when it comes to those messages here and this channel. Um, and I'm just, like I'm talking about my thoughts about this content here, and I'm probably it's boring as for most of you. Just watching me figuring myself out. But I mean, it's just this is how life is. This is what it is, and maybe it's not about um like this channel really is not about getting as many views as possible. I think what I actually want to do with this channel is just to be real, just to be real, and like I said, sit here and drink coffee. Um, and bring the energy of spaces to you that I'm in. You can hear the noise from the street. This is Italy. This is just sitting here and taking in the surroundings of siesta time. It's a bit unusual that you hear construction works in the background because it's actually siesta time right now. But the rest of the town is pretty quiet. And I love that. I love that. And this is something that I'm really learning from being here, from being in that culture, immersing myself in that culture, living in an apartment without an air conditioning, which is also pretty normal. And just moving with the sun, basically. And this is a beautiful thing that just it makes so much sense, like being in a space like in Italy where people just the day is structured in a different way than where I come from, which is Germany. And like the day is just very straightforward. You work from 8, 9 until 5, have a lunch break in between, and that's maybe half an hour. And then you just like after that, maybe you do some shopping or whatever, and you go home, cook dinner, and that's it. And here it's life is happening in the morning and in the evening, and there is this elongated break from lunch till in the afternoon because it's just so hot. It's just too warm. Like you can't really do anything. And so shops are open until late, and like you see people hanging out in the streets in the evening, children being up until late. Like for me as a German, it's like wow, that's really late, but it makes sense. It makes sense, because it's just too warm during the day, and it just gets nice and a little bit cooler in the evenings. And so people eat around 9 maybe, and then just enjoying the evening as much as they can. And so there's something with like moving with the cycles. And we have that idea of like sticking to a schedule. And I mean, it's not like that. This is not sometimes happening here as well. Some people do have that as well. But it's not as I mean, it's just a different schedule, one that makes sense living in this kind of climate. And I can just tell how it's easier for me to connect with my own cycle with this going with the tides of the day, you could basically say, with the movement of the sun, and not sticking to those rigid schedules, which I never really did and I never really liked. But I'd say it's easier for me to do that in a place that is moving in a completely different cycle anyways than what I'm used to. So for me, it's like, oh wow, this is so different. So it's easier for me to step out of my about of those belief systems that are still up here, even if I'm not following them, and I haven't over the last few years. But it's still like being immersed and surrounded by that culture and by people who actually do live and adhere to that schedule. While here, for my brain, it's like, oh, people are just like doing things like so differently. That means I can do it differently too. And I just feel more at ease with doing it. And right now I'm feeling like it's this message all over the place again. And should I even post it? I'm not too sure. Oh my God. Sorry. What am I doing here? This is... those stupid self-doubts that we have, and like those stupid ideas about everything has to be, again, like following a schedule, following a script, following like a purpose, always. And I mean, I don't know. I really don't know if someone is benefiting from whatever I'm talking about right now. Maybe you're just picking up on the energy. Maybe you just like watching people drinking coffee. Maybe you actually find value in what I'm saying. I don't know. But like the brain is so fixated on, I have to make sense of this. I have to bring value to other people. I have to make this something worthwhile for other people. Why does it always have to be that? Why? Why can't I just create videos because I feel like doing that? And it's like this stream of consciousness just flowing out into the ether. And like I said, who am I to tell if someone might or might not enjoy that? I'm pretty much placing assumptions on other people, and I don't know what you like. I don't know what you enjoy. Maybe you do enjoy that. And maybe this is just... okay, I'm trying to make meaning out of it, and it's interesting. Like, it's getting really loud outside. It's louder and louder and louder. And somehow for me, that is always a sign of the ego. The ego, like cranking up the volume, trying to bring you off your course, trying to distract you, trying to tell you that, you know, this is bullshit, what you're doing. This is... nobody will like this. Nobody will actually, like I said, find value in this. You're too much all over the place. Just stop it. Just stop it. And I'm like, no, hard no, because I'm not the one to decide if you like that or not. I'm not the one to... basically... again, getting distracted. I'm looking up and I'm seeing a book on the shelf up there, and it says Wonder. What if we just allow ourselves to wander off? Like wander off with our thoughts, with our explorations, with our journeys, life? Do we always have to follow a schedule? Do we always have to follow a clear path, like a predefined path? How boring is that? How incredibly boring is that? So wandering off, wandering into the distance, wandering into adventure. And then there's wonder, how this is actually spelled. I wonder what you take from those videos if you're watching it. If you're still here, it seems like you're getting something out of it. I wonder, watching myself stumbling through this message, I'm wondering about my self-doubts, where they're coming from, why they're here. Why do I even care? Like, why do I care so much about if this is helpful or valuable or whatever for someone else? Why is it so important? Who cares? It's just another video. One of a million that gets uploaded every day on YouTube. Why do I even care so much? Wondering about those distractions happening, about the mysteries of this world and how this reality works, and that when my inner voices are getting louder, so is the world around me, and it's mirroring back to me how I'm just trying to throw myself off course, and I'm refusing to do that. I'm refusing to let that happen. And I mean, I have to say the construction noise is really, really annoying. And I hope it's not too loud on the recording. And it's a strange world. It's a strange life. It's a strange reality we're in. And it's strange how we are keeping ourselves locked in those limiting beliefs, limiting thoughts. How we, like I say, keep pushing ourselves off track, keep pushing ourselves back into fear, into doubts, into like caring so much about how other people might judge us or view us, or just caring too much about what others might think, while it's actually none of our business what other people think about us, and it's also none of their business to judge us. If they don't like it, just go, just wander off. So isn't it interesting how, like, when we just look at those things, like watching ourselves going through those processes of like, just contemplating on like, why do I care? Why do I care so much about if this video is helpful or not, if someone will like it? And the more I'm looking at it, the more ridiculous it seems to me. Both this video, but also the doubts and also the thoughts. Oops, sorry. It's, life is not that serious. It really isn't. And we're like, we keep telling ourselves that it is serious and that it's actually important what other people think, that it's actually important if I put that video out or not. It might be important to put it out because someone else might find something in it, but it's not important to worry about if people might judge me for it, because I'll never know. They might post a comment, but I don't care. I can't ignore it. It's actually not important. So that brings me back to this idea about following schedules. And I know it's a bit of a far stretch, but one of the reasons why I sometimes think I have to follow, for me, it's less about schedules, because my life has been not following schedules for quite some time. But there's still and sometimes I like to make plans in my head, and then I think I have to follow those plans. And if I don't, because something is just not going as planned, which happens pretty often, and then I judge myself for not doing that. And it's again this thing of why do I even care? Why do I think it's that important? And somehow it's like this, I feel like being watched by, there's no one to watch me, there's no one to judge me, but I feel like it. And that is because I'm conditioned to care so much about what other people think about me and how I live my life, that even if there's no one there to actually do it, I still feel that. I still feel this presence of the expectations, the societal pressure, this. This reminds me of a reading I did the other day. There was something about an eye and feeling watched by that eye, and I was reminded of Lord of the Rings and the Eye of Sauron. Sauron. And again, this is keeping us stuck. This is making us follow schedules that are not our schedules. This is making us worry about putting out content. This is making us not follow what we actually want to do, what we actually want to do with our lives. Not talk about what we want to talk about. Not eat what we actually want to eat. Or just wear what we want to wear. Making a living with what we want to make our living with. We are just depriving ourselves of all the things we actually want to do and experience simply because we feel like other people are watching us and judging us. And because we care so much about that. And I don't know about you, but I don't want to do that anymore. I don't. So yes, I will post this video. And I know you understand when I say I don't care if anyone watches it and finds value in it. And if you find it valuable, I'm glad, I'm happy. And I find it beautiful to connect with you. But it actually doesn't really matter. It doesn't really matter if anyone likes our creations, if anyone agrees with the way of life that we choose for ourselves. Because the only thing that matters is how we feel while doing it, and to be present while doing it. And sometimes, yes, that means having to move through doubts, having to move through all the construction work that's going on in our own brains, in our own experiences, in our own being. And you might think like, this woman is weird or crazy, but yeah, that's okay, because I probably am. And I'm okay with that. And yeah, so I don't know. I feel like maybe we can just take this for ourselves with us, as a mantra. Life is not that serious. It really isn't. Yeah. So I think I'll end on that note today. I think that was the most all over the place message I ever recorded in my entire life. But it's okay. It's not that serious. All right, my loves. If you're still here, I thank you. I thank you so much. I love you. And I would love for you to tune back in and with my next video. And I would love to hear from you if you feel like sharing anything in the comments below. Oh, I send you so much love. And yeah, hopefully see you in the next one. Take care.